Chapter 5. Making the final selection.
49. How can I conduct an effective reference check?
There are still many misperceptions out there regarding what can or can't be discussed during the reference checking process. Many otherwise well-informed employers mistakenly believe that it's illegal to check references on candidates. Still others believe that checking references isn't a good use of time because only dates and titles of employment are revealed. Little could be further from the truth. In fact, references are just as important, if not more important, than interviewing. Why? Because a well-placed reference-checking telephone call can provide you with a prism through which you can see the future. Prior supervisors' opinions of candidates' strengths, weaknesses, and areas of development, along with perceptions of how candidates will fare in particular working environments, are exceptionally valuable avenues of exploration in the selection process. How can you ensure that you won't simply have your call forwarded to a company's human resources department where name, rank, and serial number will be the only feedback you get? More important, how do you get prior supervisors to speak candidly with you regarding weaknesses and areas for improvement? Following is a methodology for generating critical information during a reference check. Step 1. Once you've selected a finalist candidate, ask the individual to bridge the reference for you. In other words, ask the candidate to locate her prior supervisors and to ask them to accept your phone call regarding her performance. Step 2. Open the phone call by painting a picture of your corporate culture and its unique pressures so that the former supervisor can do some evaluative decision-making regarding the individual's fit with your company. Step 3. Reassure the supervisor that what he says will not dictate whether you hire the individual. You simply need to know how to best manage the person from day one. Step 4. Save formal questions like dates and title until the end of the reference checking process. Tell me more. Too many employers make the mistake of calling past employers cold and expecting feedback. If a former supervisor hasn't heard from the candidate in 2 or 3 years, don't expect lots of subjective feedback. It's a cold call, and you'll probably get a cold response. Call human resources. Company policy says I can't give any reference information is the typical company line you should expect. Other employers, once given the okay to begin asking reference questions, begin by reading off a sheet of canned questions. Their queries are asked in a vacuum, and former supervisors are forced to respond generically to superficial questions like what did she do for you? What were her greatest strengths and weaknesses? And was she timely in meeting deadlines? Not that those aren't important points, they're just mediocre in their presentation and reveal little eye-opening information. Here's a better way to handle references. First, figure out what concerns you. Then find a way to incorporate that information into the reference. For example, let's assume you're looking to hire a web developer who is technically qualified for the job but appears to jump from job to job much too much. Assuming the candidate has spoken with his previous supervisor and confirmed that the prior supervisor is expecting your call, here's what your call might sound like. Jay, my name is Paul Falcone, and I'm the executive producer of Entertainment.com. We're a training and development organization that focuses on providing small to mid-size companies with management training in the areas of performance management, leadership, train the trainer, and workplace conflict resolution. We're privately held and have about 25 employees. I'm calling you, Jay, because Doris Bonico is a candidate we're seriously considering for our web designer job opening. She told us that you were her immediate supervisor at Corporate Training, Incorporated, and I was hoping that you would be able to share some insights into her ability to excel in our company. Is now a good time? Do you have a few minutes? Great. First, Jay, before I ask you any questions, Let me just tell you that we're a small, startup.com, and our culture is kind of an anything-goes type of outfit. We're not much on formalities or policies and procedures. I need someone who's easygoing and who'll fit in and get along with everyone else, and that's my main concern when bringing new people aboard. Please keep that in the back of your mind when answering my questions, okay? We all like Doris, but we were a bit concerned about her career stability. I know Generation Xers tend to move around a lot, especially those who are pursuing careers in the somewhat unstable world of .com startups. Still, Doris doesn't appear to have sunk her teeth into any work assignment for more than 6 months at any time. She's only been out of school for 2 years, but I'm afraid she still needs to kiss a few frogs before she finds her prince. Did you experience the same thing, and were you disappointed when she left your company?